Sorry about that. I edited this bit after recording it to be distorted in the intro and completely forgot about it. I left that curse filter on, I didn't even realize. I usually have that thing off at all times. But anyways, here is my obligatory hi again intro, hi again, and today we're going to be talking about a very niche yet seemingly omnipresent type of video here on the internet. I think nowadays it's very standard procedure, if not mandatory by law in some countries, to have a folder on your hard drive entitled cursed or cursed videos or something along those lines, and to have that folder be completely dedicated to amassing a collection of cursed videos whenever you happen to come across them on your web browsing escapades. If you don't have such a folder, I suggest you make one as soon as possible so that you won't be A, socially outcasted, or B, worse, hunted by the police. I myself have a folder dedicated to cursed videos, and over the course of this video, I'm hoping to be able to share some prized pieces of my collection with you. Now, if you are completely new to the concept and paranormal phenomena of cursed videos, you may have no idea what I'm talking about when I refer to them, or you do have an idea of what it is. That's completely incorrect. When many people think of cursed videos, they're probably thinking of those videos in top 10 lists where it's like top 10 cursed YouTube videos.
It is believed that if you watch these videos, something bad will happen to you. So I'm here to test that theory out, to teach you guys about these cursed YouTube videos. I'm not saying watch them or don't watch them. I'll let you guys do your thing.
Where if you watch them, something bad will happen to you or whatever, or like that kind of thing that J Station Pleb would react to for another one of his fantastic 3 AM challenge videos. That guy's a god tier alpha male. But that type of cursed video isn't even close to the adjective of curse that I'm using here. The meaning of the word curse that I'm using can't really be defined, it can only really be demonstrated, and to do so, allow me to show you one of those videos from my cursed collection. Now, if you laughed at that and you have no idea why the fuck you found it funny, then I think you might just be in the right place, my friend. Not because I'm going to explain to you why you find it funny, but because it means you, me, and the rest of everybody else who laughed at that video and are terrified of themselves now because they don't know why are all in the same box. This box. Okay, you guys are figuratively in the box. I'm literally in the box. You see, cursed videos aren't really a thing you can easily define. It's more that you just know something is cursed when you see it. But if you need some guidelines to help you get started, let me try to lay out some commonalities that are shared between a decent amount, but certainly not all cursed videos. The first common trait that you can find in a large amount of cursed videos is low image quality. The visual fidelity on cursed videos is usually roughly equivalent to something you would record with a doorknob. The low image quality is sometimes intentional, as it obscures the image that a viewer is looking at on their screen, which makes it harder for them to figure out what the fuck is going on. At other times, the low image quality is just happenstance and comes about completely naturally without any post-production movie magic thrown onto it. The type of magic that would make it look like the end result of putting a TV remote into a blender. For some of these cursed videos, the cursed factor comes entirely, or almost entirely, from the fact that you have literally no idea what the fuck is happening. You are left to solve this puzzle by looking at 16 blocks of color that change shade every now and then. Leave in the comments below what dimension you think that kid was driving the car in. Bouncing off of that video though, another thing that we saw, or rather heard in that video, was what seemed like a chorus of shitty flute remixes distorted beyond any recognizable form. And that right there is the second common thing you might see in many cursed videos. Low quality or distorted sounds. Noises that are likely sampled from songs that are top 40 hits in purgatory. This low quality audio is similar in philosophy to the trope of low quality imagery, in that it adds a sense of mystery because it makes it that much harder to understand what the fuck is going on. Sometimes the voices in the video you can still understand, just with 20 extra layers of bass and maybe a flanger filter thrown on top of it, but you can kind of, if you really try, make out what's being said. But at other times, the sound is just distorted to the absolute limits, pushed to the edge, and then back again to create the most incoherent piece of noise murder porn that you've heard all day. That is unless you're specifically on a hunt for cursed videos to add to the collection, in which case you've probably heard 100 variants of it at that point and you've built up an immunity. Now, this noise distortion seems to be a lot rarer to find naturally. Most of the do-hickory with the quote-unquote audio engineering on cursed videos seems like it happens in post, but there are those special cursed videos that have completely fucked audio because the thing that was used to record the sound probably got chewed up and then spit out by a dog at some point. Now, sometimes cursed videos do rely heavily on sound, but not always on that sound being heavily distorted, but I'll get back to that later. For now, let's move on to the third thing that seems to be a running theme in cursed videos. They are often surrealistic and bizarre. I've mentioned visuals and sound that feel like the only reason they're in a file together is because someone threw them into a garbage compactor to see what would come out, but these unorthodox choices of sound and visual design often add up to something very strange by design. A thing that, for whatever reason, will make me laugh more than I think it has any right to. Memes in general have been becoming weirder and weirder, but cursed videos, while often adhering to that policy of weird, though not always, seem to have gotten weird in their own special kind of way, doing something that just kind of separates them from the rest. And the fourth thing that I've noticed with a lot of cursed videos is that I feel like I almost always see them on Twitter first. That's just where I find most of mine, but they definitely exist in other places though, that's for sure. So now that we have those defined, let me say again that these are by no means the be-all end-all rules to defining what a cursed video is. A video that is cursed could have exactly none of these. It could have good audio, great camera resolution, and still be cursed. And vice versa, a video with all of the things listed here might not be cursed at all. The thing is, like I said earlier, when you see the cursed video, you just know that that bitch is cursed. Now, if we look at a different aspect of cursed videos, in my opinion, there is another division we can make. A division into two types of cursed video. There is the natural cursed video and the artificially cursed video. Now, neither one of these is by default more cursed than the other. The way they come about is just different. Let's start with naturally cursed videos. Naturally cursed videos are videos that are just cursed by birthright. By nature of whatever was captured on camera, the video is cursed and therefore dangerous to watch. There may be some slight editing to condense the footage or to trim down the clip if it's long, but naturally cursed videos are generally raw, like this one here.
Now that's not a dog though, that is a wild coyote that somehow got it.
On the other hand, artificially cursed videos become cursed based on the way that a person or entity manipulates pre-existing assets, and how they choose to create an amalgamation of pure agony. Now, there are some people who try to foolishly play God by trying to make an artificially cursed video out of something that is already naturally cursed. Some people do this just because they have a desire to experiment, that's fine, but others think that by stacking these two things on top of each other, that they're sure to create something that's exponentially more cursed than the original cursed video. But the mortal who hungers to be a deity is destined to destroy themselves along the way, perhaps even by something of their own creation. You see, this kind of experimentation and layering can be extremely dangerous. You risk creating something that just nullifies what made the raw version of the video cursed, which could completely defeat the purpose of what you were doing entirely. And what you were left with is often not some kind of masterwork of trash, but just a mess that isn't cursed, just annoying. Naturally cursed videos work best, in my opinion, when they are left to their own devices to be experienced in raw form, or they have some various light editing work that, rather than change the experience, enhances it. Perhaps like an edited version of a song that adds to the ambiguous comedy in that cursed video. Like there's a video of a girl swimming in a pool, but she doesn't move at all no matter how hard she swims, and in the background is just Chung-Li by Nicki Minaj, except it's just the bit that says, "looking like I'm going for a swim," on loop timed with the woman's strokes. This does lead me back to another interesting bit about some other cursed videos. One I mentioned earlier in the video that I said we would get back to. That being that sometimes cursed videos rely heavily or wholly on sound. For instance, there's this cursed video. Now that video without the sound just looks like some dudes being dudes, guys being guys, having a good time. But when you juxtapose such a scene against something so foreign to what's usually connotated with scenes like that, such as upbeat anime music, the video may become cursed. The example I showed here is just one of many, but I think it's one of the best that exemplifies this kind of relationship between sounds and visuals in cursed video media. Another thing I want to call back to though is that I find a large amount of cursed videos just on Twitter. Oftentimes I see people on my timeline making threads of their own collections of cursed videos to share with the world. And the ones that I find the most cursed or make me laugh the hardest without me knowing why, I generally screen for my own future purposes. But if you are interested in exploring this world of cursed videos further and are looking for a place where a good amount of them are bunched into one place, then you won't have much luck if you just typed in cursed videos into the YouTube search bar. Chances are that you'll just get more of those top 10 cursed videos do not watch. What you really should be looking for is accounts on Twitter like @cursedvideos, haha, who would have thought, which pretty reliably post videos that have a 1 in 3 chance of killing you upon first viewing. Now I wouldn't say that all the videos on that Twitter account are the most cursed, there's definitely a range, but oftentimes they retweet other accounts that do a similar kind of thing with posting cursed videos, making it a good place to start or just a good place to scroll for a couple hours if you're bored. But beware, the farther you go back on the account, the more some of those videos start to show their age. There's a pretty long streak on that cursed videos Twitter page where it's just cursed videos with Howard the Alien, so be careful of that. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like, and if you're new, subscribe. Why don't you guys tell me what you think makes a video cursed in the comments below? I have a podcast with Wild Spartans and FPS Diesel called Loudmouse. We upload 2 new episodes every week, and we're up on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter @Kwite and on Instagram @Kwite.png. Links to both of those in the description. And lastly, I also have a Discord server. Link to that in the description as well if you're interested. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I will see you guys next time.